My wedding's 100 days out, so I just want to know what to do from here.
Right now on News 410, left in the dark, the bridal shop stepping in to help after brides found out the shop where they bought their dresses shut down.
And we saw some big improvements in the weather department today, but we're still dealing with a few areas of flooding tonight. We'll talk about some drier weather on the way this weekend, but our next chance for rain coming up in your 411 forecast.
I had no contact with Russians, that I never heard of anyone in the Trump campaign talking with Russians.
And a Western New Yorker and former Trump campaign advisor testifies on Capitol Hill as new developments in the Russia scandal surface.
Live in high definition, this is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 10.
Thousands and thousands of dollars have been spent.
Women all across Western New York are scrambling tonight. Alfred Angelo Bridal Shop suddenly closed its doors yesterday. Good evening, everybody. Soon-to-be brides have no clue where their dresses are that they paid for. News 4's Rachel Monjovi talked to brides at another bridal shop willing to help. Rachel?
Well, Nalina, for some of these brides, this is their worst nightmare. We know some employees went back to the store today to try to retrieve some of these dresses, but many brides are completely in the dark. They don't know if they'll even get the dresses they spent thousands on.
I found the dress of my dreams at Alfred Angelo. I'm disheartened by how I received the news.
Petrifying. We only have 7 days.
Brides-to-be are panicking as their big day approaches. Alfred Angelo Bridal Shop unexpectedly closed up shop without any notice. Reports indicate the business filed for bankruptcy.
Yesterday at 10 a.m. they got a call saying that they were going to be shut down and that at 8 o'clock they needed to do all the deposits, and at 8 o'clock they needed to leave the store and not come back.
Closed signs now hang on the doors outside the store on Niagara Falls Boulevard. Brides spent thousands with no idea if they'll get what they paid for.
I did not get a phone call. I can't get a hold of anyone. The phone rings. There's no way to leave a voicemail. I've emailed. I've got nothing back.
Just down the road, David's Bridal Shop is stepping in to help. They say they've been flooded with calls since the closing.
We definitely just want to make sure we can help out any customer we can get the experience she deserves, because it's definitely unfortunate what happened.
From now until August 14th, any bride that goes to David's Bridal with their Alfred Angelo receipt will get 30% off a bridal gown. Bridesmaids with a receipt will get 20% off.
The brides that were disserviced through alterations, we are going to make an exception, allow our alterations team to help them out, and we are also going to waive any rush fees.
The Buffalo Bridal Association is also offering help. They said they have seamstresses ready to go for brides that still need alterations. They can offer discounts to those customers. They can be contacted through their website. Reporting live, Rachel Monjovi, News 4 at 10.
Rachel, thank you. The Attorney General's office is also getting involved in this. If you are a bride and are unable to get your gown, you can contact their office. We've posted all of that information on our website, WIVB.com. A flood warning is in effect for Tonawanda Creek until tomorrow morning. As of right now, this follows flash flooding all across Western New York yesterday. One of the hardest hit areas was the Cayuga Village Mobile Home Park in Depew. We first showed you the flooding last night at 10. Some people living there had to be evacuated for several hours. Today they worked to clean up the mess that was left behind. People we spoke with today say they couldn't believe how high the water rose.
And it's never been like this, never. I've lived here 16 years, and water has never come up much past the very edge of the road. Oh, God, my back shed got flooded, my lawn equipment got underwater, whatever I've got in there. Some of it can be saved, but we don't have flood insurance, so it'll be dried out and see what works.
Families who live in the community say they're just happy no one was hurt. They're also hoping they won't have to deal with more rain. Our meteorologist Andrew Baglini has that answer. He's tracking your weekend forecast. How's the weekend looking, Andrew?
The weekend's looking largely good, especially tomorrow. Sunday we'll have a little more rain in the forecast, but right now we're not really looking much for flooding concerns. That continues to be alleviated, so that's some good news at least. But still a lot of impacts that will linger from yesterday's flooding, and we are still dealing with some areas of flooding tonight we'll get to in a moment. But all that water rushing off and carrying a lot of debris into our local waterways and into the lakes. And here's a photo from LaSalle Park, and you can see a lot of debris and pollution in the water, and that is going to be a little bit more of a lasting effect and something to keep in mind if you're going to be out on the water. As I mentioned, one area of concern we're continuing to watch right now is Tonawanda Creek, our creek gauge at Batavia, under a flood warning until early tomorrow morning. And as you take a look at the latest creek gauge, it is thankfully receding, actually topped out a little bit earlier this evening, 9.88 feet. That's well into minor flood stage, just below moderate flood stage. Thankfully didn't make it there. But again, it is receding right now and is expected to be back below flood stage a little bit later on tonight and even below action stage by tomorrow mid-morning. So that's some good news for the folks near Tonawanda Creek. We had seen a few isolated downpours moving through for the northern half of our viewing area. We were telling you about that a little bit earlier on at News 4, these showers and downpours that'll move through. We actually got some nice rainbow pictures into our newsroom after those did move through. Things quieting down significantly, though, tonight. We will see increasing cloud cover, maybe a few spotty showers, especially to the south as we wake up tomorrow morning. So expect a bit of a cloudy start, but don't worry, the sunshine will be back into the afternoon. If you have any outdoor plans, actually looking at a great Saturday ahead. Temperatures outside 60s and still some low 70s. Going to be a little bit muggy. Coming up in my full forewarned forecast, we'll talk about the rest of the weekend and time out our next chance for rain.
One person twice called and told me he was going to burn my house down with my wife and children inside.
Western New Yorker and former top advisor to the Trump campaign, the presidential campaign, Michael Caputo, says his family has received death threats, as you just heard, following the investigation into Russian meddling in the election. Caputo testified before the House Intelligence Committee in a closed-door meeting. After the meeting, he denied he was involved in any wrongdoing. Seth Lemon is at the White House tonight.